Hi guys. Today we're going to be talking about a little bit of test practice, and I want to talk specifically about some strategies that you're going to be using when you get ready to take the test. Excuse me. So what we're going to talk about today is scanning. So let me share my screen with you so you can see what we're up to. All right, let me turn my spotlight on so you can see this. Doop, doop, doop. All right. So we're talking today about scanning. And scanning, let me move my screen. There we go. Scanning is when you read quickly for important information. So a lot of times when you get to the test, especially for you all, when you get to labels and cards, things that have multiple pieces of information on them, you do not need to read every piece of information on that label or on that card. So here we have a label for medicine. We have a medicine label. And if you're taking the test, you don't need to read every piece of information on that label. You just need the information that applies to the questions. So, in order to help you take the test faster and not waste any time looking at information that you don't need, I want us to practice some scanning. So when you scan, you read quickly for important information. You don't read everything, you just read important information. So here we have a list of some things that you're going to be reading for. The first is the title. So for this one, we have the name of the pharmacy. We have the address for the pharmacy. You can sort of get an idea of what is here. The name of the person, the doctor's name. Any headings or small titles underneath. So this is the main title, but then we also have these two where it says dosage and warning. So we see that information on there also. So as you look at it, you can get an idea for where information is. This is the information about the pharmacy. This is the information about dosage or how much medicine to take. And this is a warning. So a warning is talking about something you should look out for, something bad that could happen. So you didn't read that much. You just looked at the title and these two headings, but now you have an idea of where to find information. The last one says important words, and we get those important words from the questions. So remember, the first thing you're going to read are the questions. So question number 1 says, what should Kevin do if he still has pain for longer than 3 days? So as we're looking at that question, what are some important words from the question? As I'm looking at it, I would think some of those important words are longer than, so we're talking about a time, and then 3 days. So longer than 3 days. You could also think maybe still has pain, this phrase here, that it's still happening, longer than 3 days. A lot of times important words could be numbers, and numbers are easy to scan for because usually they stick out from the text. So we have these important words, so we can scan some of the sections. So usually this question tells me there is something that he should be concerned about, or he should be aware if he has pain longer than 3 days. And as I'm reading that, that sounds to me like something that would be in a warning. A warning, because it doesn't seem normal that he would have pain for longer than 3 days. But we can also scan the whole thing. So it's okay if you don't make that connection. You can scan all of it. So for scanning, here we see where it says more than 72 hours. So we looked at some numbers as we went down. We have the date, 4 hours, 4 capsules, 72 hours. So that is the same as 3 days. 72 hours is the same as 3 days. And it talks about more than 3 days, more than 72 hours. So longer than 3 days. Once you have found the important words that you're scanning for, then go back and read the full section. So this sentence, so if we go back and read the sentence that it's in, it says, consult your physician if pain persists for more than 72 hours. Consult your physician if pain persists for more than 72 hours. Now, some of these words might be unfamiliar. It's a little bit higher vocabulary than is in normal everyday speech. This is for medical reasons, so sometimes they use higher vocabulary. So let's take a look at this sentence where it says consult. Consult means you need to talk to someone. You need to ask them questions. You need to let them know what is happening. So talk to your, what is a physician? Yes, it's just another word for doctor. So talk to your doctor if pain, and this word persists, it means to continue. So it means the same thing as still has pain. Pain persists. So altogether, this sentence means talk to your doctor if pain continues for more than 3 days or more than 72 hours. So then we can come over to the questions. Then we can look at these questions. So what is the answer? A, refill his prescription. B, drink alcohol. C, call his doctor. Or D, take 4 capsules. Good, it would be C, call his doctor. He needs to talk to his doctor because if the pain lasts longer than 3 days. Good. So that still took a little bit of time, but you didn't read everything. Especially when you're reading in a second or third or fourth language, when you're reading in English, it can be hard to hold all of the information in there. So what we're doing with scanning is narrowing it down. You're just finding important words and then reading that section so that you don't spend all of your time reading the other things. So let's take a look now at number 2. Let's take a look at number 2. Number 2 says, how many capsules should Kevin take at one time? How many capsules? The word capsule is just another word for pill. So how many pills, if this is a medicine, should Kevin take at one time? So what do you think are some important words in that question? What do you think some important words are? How many would be an important word. It's the question word so that you know what you're looking for. So if you hear how many, what is the answer? So if someone says how many of something, what is the answer? The answer is a number. Sorry, that question wasn't great. But if you ever hear a question that starts with how many, it's going to be you're going to be looking for a number. So because the question word is how many, we know that we're looking for a number. And then at one time. At one time means at a specific point. So not over the course of a day. It means when it is time to take your medicine, how many capsules or how many pills will Kevin take at the time he takes his medicine? So these are we know what we're looking for. We're looking for a number, and we know we're looking for how much he takes at one time. So this is where a little bit of vocabulary is important, because if we're looking here, we read the title and we read the headings. So there are two headings. Which of these headings goes with this question? Dosage or warning? Okay, it's going to be dosage. So repeat after me, dosage. This might be a new word for you. It may not be, but dosage means how much medicine you take. So you might hear your doctor say you need to take a dose of medicine, or they might explain that the dosage of this medicine goes a certain amount. So dosage or dose means the amount of medicine you take, or how many pills or how many capsules you take. So this is talking about how much medicine you take and when to take it. So here we know we're going to be looking in this section. So under dosage, it says 1 capsule every 4 hours for pain. Do not take more than 4 capsules daily. So we know we're looking at how much he takes at one time. So based on this dosage, when it is time for Kevin to take his medicine, how much does he take? How many capsules does he take? Good. The answer is B. He takes 1 capsule. It says 1 capsule every 4 hours. So if he takes his medicine at 8 o'clock in the morning, he takes 1 capsule. Then 4 hours later, he takes 1 more capsule. So it says, do not take more than 4 daily. So that does not have to do with at one time. It's talking about daily in this second sentence. So 1 capsule every 4 hours for pain. So the answer is B. Okay. This is important the longer your readings get. So the longer the text is, the more important it is to scan for information. Now, there may be times that you have to read all of it, but usually if it is some type of label or a chart or a sign, usually there will be different sections, and you only need to focus on those sections for the questions. So this is an important skill that we are going to be working on. I'm going to stop sharing for a second. There we go. I am going to send you some questions to do for homework. in those questions, I want you to underline the important words in the question, and then looking at the label that you're going to be reading, I want you to underline where you see the answers. So when you read the question, underline important words, and then scan the text for words that are similar or words that match the important words in the question. Okay, I'm going to send you that for homework, and we are going to continue working on it in class on Wednesday. So for homework, underline those words, and we will talk about this more on Wednesday. All right, guys, have a good day, and I will see you soon. All right, bye, guys.